The last DC movie that we got in theaters was Blue Beetle, introducing Dueña as Jaime Reyes to the DC universe. And, it wasn't anything special. It wasn't like a big game-changing superhero movie. It was very stereotypical, kind of cliche superhero movie, but I really enjoyed it. Of course, you can still go ahead and check out my review on the channel. But obviously, one of the big aspects of this character was Dueña as Jaime Reyes, aka Blue Beetle, and he was one of the shining aspects of this film. And that's one of the reasons also why James Gunn has confirmed that Blue Beetle will continue and Dueña will return as the character in the future of the DCU. But of course, the question with that is then, where and when? Because we just got Blue Beetle, so it could be years until we see him again. Are we going to get a Blue Beetle sequel? Maybe, maybe not. Or is he going to show up in somebody else's project? I would say that's more likely because, this Blue Beetle movie, it didn't make a whole lot of money. And also, Blue Beetle, there's definitely other stories they could tell. They could definitely do a sequel, but I just don't think it's as likely, especially with James Gunn's big DCU slate. Fitting in a sequel there somewhere. It just doesn't seem to be in the plans, at least not at the moment. So where could he fit in here? Well, there's a couple possibilities, but I think the most obvious answer is Booster Gold, because it just makes sense. And now the director of Blue Beetle, Anya Manuel Soto, he was talking about in an interview about he has had discussions with James Gunn about Jaime's next appearance, and he specifically cited in this interview the Booster Gold series. So he doesn't straight up confirm Jaime is going to be in the Booster Gold series, but it's definitely hinted at and teased, and this makes the most sense because, you look at it from this perspective, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle just have such huge ties to each other. Not necessarily Jaime and Booster, more Ted Kord and Booster, but of course Ted Kord was set up in the post-credit scene for Blue Beetle. But also Booster Gold is going to be a time travel series. So we can have some looks into the past adventures with Booster and Ted, and then we can also maybe have in the future or in present day, could possibly even be just like at the end of the series. This is how the series ends. You get Booster in the future, and now he's going to be training Jaime. I think that would be really, really cool. And again, that just makes a lot of sense. And we don't really know what happened to Ted Kord, but Ted Kord is still out there. So of course that would bring Ted into this as well. Hopefully Jason Sudeikis. That's what was hinted at. That's Anya Manuel Soto's ideal fan casting for Ted Kord. So we'll see whether that ends up happening or not. But it does look like, obviously, we know Jaime is coming back. Dueña will reprise his role. And it looks like Booster Gold may possibly be the series where that happens, which, again, it's kind of obvious. This is what makes the most sense. We don't know when we're getting Booster Gold. It's definitely years and years away. But I'm definitely really excited for it. I'm excited for just a Booster Gold series in general, but especially if we get Booster Gold and Blue Beetle together, I think that there is going to be definitely a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this news? Kind of this tease from Blue Beetle's director that we're getting possibly the return of Jaime in this Booster Gold series. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I keep it up to date on everything goes on in the DC life.